If your string of hearts is one sad long vine and you want a beautiful and full plant like mine, then this is the video for you. If you have already mastered the string of hearts and yours is beautiful and lush, but you love houseplants, then this video is also for you. Hello, I'm Jacinta. Welcome back to my channel, Past That Plant. It has been 1 year since I repotted my very sad string of hearts, also known as the Ceropegia Woodii. Let's have a look at how beautiful and full she is now, whilst I share how I achieved this transformation and also her general care. And try not to lose any more hearts. First, let's talk about how I filled out the top of this plant. I repotted her from a small ceramic planter into this wide and shallow terracotta pot. Terracotta is so great for cacti, succulents and semi-succulents. This is because terracotta is porous, which means it draws excess moisture out of your potting mix and into the pot. For my potting mix, I used a cacti and succulent potting mix. I buy a pre-made one, but you can of course make one yourself. To make her fuller, I planted the main tuber in the center of my pot and then wrapped the vines around the top. I pushed the tubers into the potting mix and used U-shaped rust-resistant wire pins to secure them against the soil. The tubers grew roots, new foliage and new stems. This means instead of one long vine, I now have endless growth points and a very full plant. Here are two tubers which are along the vines. You can see that they have new growth on each of them. So there is new foliage growing. These grow into new vines, so you can leave them on the plant and it'll branch out, or push them into your potting mix and you'll have new growth on the top. If you subscribe to me, you would already know that I have a very strong disposition for chopping and propping my houseplants, but for this one I didn't have to reach for the shears. You can achieve a lovely and full houseplant without propagating it. Although I didn't propagate this one, there was a point during the process where I think I should have. During the repot, my impulsive thoughts did get the better of me, and I did try and untangle the long vines I had. I did in fact manage to untangle them, but I lost a lot of my little heart leaves along the way, so it definitely was not worth it. I did try and save them and push them into the soil as well, but they did not take root and they just slowly wilted over time, and I plucked them out. So if your string of hearts gets in a big tangle, please just let it be. Take it from my experience. Or chop it off and untangle them that way. Over the past year, this plant produced a plethora of gorgeous purple flowers, but it is autumn here in Australia, almost winter, so they have all fallen off for the season. So as well as the gorgeous heart-shaped foliage and the tubers, you should have a lot of flowers if you have a happy and healthy string of hearts. I'm not even taking my own advice, and I'm here trying to untangle this knot of vines, but I'm on camera, so I'll be held accountable and I'm going to stop. I'm a professional, don't worry. Just ignore leaves that I've knocked off again. Moving on, let's talk about my care for the string of hearts. Again, if you already subscribe to me, you would know that I don't often follow the general care advice. This is because we of course all live in different countries and different climates, and plant care really does need to be tailored to where you live. I will go through my plant care in Melbourne, Australia. So of course it gets very hot here in summer and quite cool in winter. In the warmer months I water this one every 1 to 2 weeks, and then in the cooler months when this plant is dormant, I water it every 3 to 4 weeks. With the string of hearts, it's very easy to check if it needs water. You can do the taco test. This just means grabbing a leaf. I will do it with the one I've already knocked off. It just means grabbing a leaf and carefully trying to bend it You can see this one is not really bending because my plant is hydrated, so the leaf is stiff and it will actually snap if I try and bend it too much. If you can bend the leaf in half easily and then it bounces back, it means that it needs water. So very easy to tell. For lighting, this plant grows best if sunlight is hitting the very top of the plant, so not the foliage down the base. It needs to hit up here on the crown head of the plant. So you need sunlight hitting here for a few hours a day for it to grow lovely and full. You can of course already find the full repot on my channel, blunders and all. I also already have a 5-month update up, which is quite special to me because it was one of the last videos where Marvin was in the background, well, alive and in the background. He's still here, but he's now in an urn instead of sleeping on the lounge, which, yes, it does make me very sad, which is why I no longer film in front of the lounge, but I digress. Those videos are already on my channel. I will link them in my description, and I'll also add a few quick and dirty clips in here for the short version. It has been in this pot without drainage holes and God knows what soil for a few years now, and she's growing much longer. I keep looping it around, but it is definitely time for a bigger and wider pot. I am going to repot her into a wide terracotta pot. It's quite wide and shallow, which works really well for string of things plants. I have a little terracotta saucer as well. Now somehow I have tangled my plant around these chains, so I'm just going to unhook it at the top rather than trying to feed them all back through, where I will lose a lot of leaves. You can see some are already popping off, so let's do that carefully. 1, 3. I don't know how well I'll be able to untangle it. So I did manage to untangle the string of hearts, but we did lose a lot of hearts in the process. If I were to do this again, I would definitely just chop and prop the sections, but I did want to see how long it is, which we have achieved. So very, very long string of hearts. Now let's repot. Got my potting mat. What's left of my string of hearts? A little cute shovel. I'm actually surprised that this string of hearts is as healthy as it is, because this is not a good potting medium that it's in, and no drainage, which is a big no-no. Do you think they look like potatoes? Make a little well in the center. One last look at this potato before I bury it. The soil. Now I'm going to wrap the rest around. To hold the vines in place, I'm going to use these little pins that you can buy. Get them off Amazon, you can get huge bundles. Alright, let's pin those down. So I'm just going to pin down these sections now. So they don't come up. So the string of hearts is a semi-succulent, so you don't really want to be watering it more than every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your climate, obviously, and the season. water coming out the bottom, so that is plenty. So let's see how she goes in the next few weeks. And that's it. Now let's go and put her somewhere sunny. A few months ago I repotted my string of hearts. We lost quite a few hearts along the way because I tried to untangle the long vines. I do not recommend doing that. And since I did that, I've had a lot of new growth, new vines, and now she's even flowering. So you can see how full and beautiful the top is now. Super easy to look after and a gorgeous plant. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has inspired you to push out your own heart and also ignore your impulsive thoughts and do not try and untangle the vines, no matter how big a knot they get into. Okay, bye. These will grow into new vines and they can also